Welcome back to DBL. Almost 6 years ago, childhood best friends vanished on the same day. Their disappearance sent shockwaves throughout Arkansas. What caused these women to disappear without a trace? We have a look in DBL's True Crime Chronicles.
A mystery continues to linger in Little Rock, Arkansas. What happened to these childhood best friends? 36-year-old Shequenia Burnett.
She was my sister. I confided in her and everything.
Not only a sister, but also a mother and a talented sketch artist, and best friends with 34-year-old Terkessa Wallace.
She was very funny, outgoing, popular, had a lot of friends.
Terkessa was also a mother with a big personality.
She had this loud, obnoxious laugh that was infectious.
The mystery unfolded in January 2014. When Shequenia's mother hadn't heard from her daughter for days, she reports her as missing. The next day, Terkessa's mother calls the police with the same concern.
At that point, I started believing that they were together, since they were both communicating with each other. They were also pinging off the same tower.
Cell phone records revealed they communicated days before they vanished. Then, pure silence.
What could have happened? Where were they going? What was going on that night?
The case went cold. No sign of the women or their cars.
It took me years to stop chasing every white Toyota Corolla that I saw.
Then, almost a year later, a fisherman made a gruesome discovery. He caught a human leg, and the DNA confirmed it was Shequenia's.
To lose a child in this way is, man, it's so heavy. And then you just feel so helpless.
So at that point, you have a homicide, at least one.
Right.
Do you think you probably have two?
You could assume that they're both dead.
But with no proof or sign of Terkessa, her family holds on to hope that she will come home.
It's like I've been holding my breath this entire time. Let me breathe again.
Heartbreaking. And earlier, Tori Lindsay and I spoke with the reporter who covered this case in North Little Rock. Take a look. And we are joined now by anchor and reporter Dawn Scott from our sister station, THV 11 in Little Rock. Now, Dawn, Shequenia's leg, I mean, this is a horrific story, and I hate even saying this out loud, was found, right, by that fisherman. But not a trace of the other woman, Terkessa. After covering this case for so long, what do you think happened to her? Do you believe that they were together?
I believe that, and police believe that. The North Little Rock Police Chief Mike Davis told me very early on, when they began to piece together information that led them to believe that these women were together on that last night that they were ever heard from. They do believe that they met a terrible fate and that they were likely together. They are investigating this as a double homicide. They are investigating both of these women's disappearances as murder.
Wow. Well, North Little Rock PD feels someone in the community has to know something. They have offered a $2,000 reward. I want to know, on your instincts and knowing this case, do you believe this will bring in some credible tips?
Well, people know something, and as the police chief told me, I mean, how often are police chief actually involved in homicide cases? He is so passionate about solving this. He believes someone should be in jail for these murders, and he believes that there is someone out there, or more than one person out there, with information. In fact, since this story aired in our market here in Little Rock, they've received phone calls. They actually asked one person of interest to come in for a polygraph test. Wow. That person never showed up, and they haven't been able to locate that person since.
Wow.
And Dawn, both women had children and families. So how are they doing today?
Well, they're being raised by relatives, very caring, very loving people that we've actually met and interviewed, some that were part of the story that you saw. They're doing well, but obviously it's a loss. It's a loss of a mother, and in one case, a grandmother.
Right. Yeah, a heartbreaking and gruesome story, Dawn. Thank you so much. We pray that they get the justice that they deserve. And if you think that you know anything about this case, please call North Little Rock PD. And to learn more or listen to the podcast, you can go to THV11.com. We will be right back. Thank you, Dawn.